How to file an emergency order to show cause in the area of guardianship. A guardianship petition takes place in Supreme Court. Now, you have to file a petition. The petition is it's like a complaint. It's the document that states all of the pertinent information about the case. You need an affidavit of the petitioner. You need an attorney affirmation. That's a document that the attorney drafts, person prepares. And then you need like a covering document called an order to show cause. Why the relief that you're requesting shouldn't be granted. Why? And what you're doing is you're saying that to the other side. So in this instance, we wanted to file for a guardianship for my client to be named the guardian. I don't want to give too much information. They're relative. I represent a person that's the petitioner, the petition, but they're the one pushing forward the case. There are the various documents I just mentioned and the order that we're requesting the judge to sign. And at this point, we don't know who the judge is, right? This is the initiating series set of documents. So in the order to show cause, why the entire world, other people, interested persons, why a temporary order of guardianship should not be granted to Frank Bruno's client. And because we were filing for an emergency application, we needed specific relief immediately. So some examples could be, and not in this instance, say a person has power of attorney and we're afraid they're going to be selling a property by using the power of attorney. And inappropriate, we could ask for immediate relief to freeze the power of attorney, vacate it, or hold prevent its use for this specific task. Or let's say we have to go in for a surgical procedure. The alleged incapacitated person has a certain ailment, a certain physical condition. They're in the hospital, and we need to request that the hospital perform this surgery, this operation. I've seen in the last couple of years orders to show cause and requests for emergency relief where one person wanted to have another person vaccinate or to have that type of procedure. So when you file an emergency application, you also have to say why it's an emergency and why you didn't bring it to the court earlier. So in the example of power of attorney being utilized to sell a house, say the closing was tomorrow and I was filing today, I have to explain to the board I need emergency relief because the power of attorney is going to be used for this nefarious purpose of selling a property tomorrow. And then I have to explain why I didn't go into court yesterday or several weeks ago, unless the closing is happening so instantaneously. But in that example, it could be I only found out, yesterday that the closing will be taking place tomorrow, and I had to prepare paperwork and commit. Or I found out 5 days ago the property was up for sale and it was going to be sold on tomorrow's date. I tried to avert coming into court by asking this person about the closing, that person, and speaking to the bank attorney. And it took these several efforts. Nonetheless, the house is still up for sale. And again, that's just an example. It's not in this case. We did make an emergency application, and the court did grant my client to become the temporary guardian, subject to a hearing on the matter later in the month. If you need help, if you need this type of immediate urgent relief, reach out.